Hey, what's going on, Ron? This is Jack here with Rocketship SEO. I'm one of the SEO consultants here. I was tasked to do this video analysis for you. And basically, what I want to do in the video analysis is basically go over exactly where your website is at, where it needs to be to start ranking for you for the keywords you want to rank for, as well as how we're going to go about doing that if we were to tackle this project on together. All right, so without further ado, let me go ahead and get started. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and use a tool called Ahrefs. Ahrefs allows search marketers like myself to look at the metrics of a website and see kind of where it's at right now in terms of the SEO side, as well as some of the keyword metrics, and I'll explain that here in a sec. So what you can see right off the bat is that your site is having a hard time getting the actual title picked up by Google. Otherwise, I would have like a title right next to it. So that's something that you're going to have to look into, or at least an SEO person is going to have to look into. Right off the bat, I do like the amount of authority that's cooked into your site, as well as the number of referring domains, but this numbers only needs to continue to go up and continue to build the authority because the kind of keywords that you're looking to go after are national keywords, right? It's not like someone's typing in like gaming updates in Pittsburgh or gaming updates Sacramento, that kind of thing. People are actually just straight up typing in game guides, video games, game news, and that kind of thing. And so you're competing with very, very large blogs type sites, very large people like IGN, that kind of thing, that have a lot of authority cooked into their site, and in order to be able to compete with them, you need more referring domains. Now, I'm not sure how familiar you are with SEO, but in case you don't know what a backlink or referring domain is, it's any website out there on the internet that actually hyperlinks back to your website. So, for example, if there's a blog out there that's called thegamingblog.com, and then they make a new blog post and they say, hey, if you're looking for the best gaming newsfeed, check out www.noobfeed.com. And so then if someone clicked on that link, it would direct them to your website. So just in the fact that this blog is linking back to your website via hyperlink is actually tracked by Google, and Google uses that information to basically determine how authoritative your website is. And so essentially what we need to do is we need to make sure that we have a lot of these websites to talk about your website and to link back to your site, because it shows Google that you're the kind of website that other websites like to talk about. And you're the kind of website that other websites like to refer their own traffic to, because basically these blogs are like, hey, go check out this site, click here, you know? And so that's essentially what we need to do, and you're at about 654 live websites linking back 56,500 times back to your site. And so we need to keep on pushing the envelope, make sure that the quality of the sites that are linking back to your website are good. You're going to need a little bit more of these higher powered URLs, and to do that, it takes actually a significant amount of outreaching and things like that. So kind of how we acquire our links and things like that is basically we do outreach. And so there's a number of kind of strategies and things to do that, but there's a lot of bloggers, especially in the video game niche, that have their own websites and things like that. And what you need to do is you need to encourage them to talk about your website. And so there are a variety of ways to do that, but one way to do it is to ask them to do a guest post for them. And so these webmasters, just like yourself, love to have new great content that their own visitors would love to read. Right? And so what we do is we hash out a nice piece of content. Obviously, we have in-house content writers on our end, and we get this written, and we actually email these webmasters with these various blogs and gaming, and we say, hey, we would love to guest post for you. We have this awesome article on this new game that came out, and we would love to talk about what our experience is, and then we would really appreciate it if you could just link back to our site saying that it was written by one of our editors here at our site. Right? And then you would get that link back from that site. And so that's kind of how we build our referring domains, build more of the sites to start talking about your site and start building the brand. Because the more basically quality links, backlinks that are pointing back to your site that are relevant to your niche and the products and services that you provide, the higher power you're going to build, the more trust you're going to be seen in Google's eyes, and then the higher keywords, the more keywords you're going to rank for, as well as how quickly you're going to rank for them, is going to only continue to increase as more and more authority gets cooked into your site. So hopefully that explains kind of the what's called the off-page SEO portion of how we do our SEO here at Rocket Ship SEO and how we'd be able to help you. What I want to do next is real quick is hop over to our organic keywords tab. So what this organic keywords tab is basically shows us exactly what kind of keywords you currently rank for, as well as some of the metrics behind it, what position you're in, what page is ranking for that keyword. So you'll see right off the bat, some of the most highest keyword volume pages that you actually rank for is actually this keyword Melina Jurgens. And so this is actually the page that gets a ton of your visitors to your site. And so if I were you, I would make sure you have some links. Actually, you do. Yes, this is Wikipedia. It's pretty cool. Just like a little gamer or something. So I would have some links that would link back to your main page or like an inner page, things like that, because this actually gets a ton of your ton of traffic to your site as well. And then there's Stephanie, Justin, Metal Gear, cheap digital downloads, Taken Champion venues. So yeah, just kind of go down the list. Now, unfortunately, a lot of these aren't the specific keywords you want to actually rank for, which is gaming, games, video games, reviews, game guides, gaming news, and gaming updates. But what I want to show you real quick is the page that's actually ranking for these various keywords. So what you'll see is for this keyword Melina Jurgens, this is the page. And if you look at the actual URL title, guess where that keyword comes in right here, Melina Jurgens, right? So if you look at right here, cheap digital downloads, check out the URL that's actually ranking for that, the page, cheap digital downloads in review, right? So you actually have the keyword in your actual inner page, and you're getting a ton of credit for that. You see right here, this was Super Bottoms, and you're ranking on the 12th spot, or Super Butter Buns. So you'll see right here, Super Butter Buns. Right here, this is the actual page that actually ranks for that keyword, and that's essentially what you need to do for the keywords you want to go after. So I noticed right here that you have a news page, right? And then you'll see the URL here. It says www.noobfeed.com/news. What you want to do is instead re-forward this URL, the 301 it to gaming-news. And you're going to get a lot more credit for this page for the keyword gaming news. And then you need to make sure you layer in a couple more phrases like gaming news onto this page, and then you're going to start getting a lot more credit and start ranking for the phrase gaming news. So right here on this page right here, you'll see the kind of enter the keywords that you actually want to rank for, so you can look at the metrics. This word games, you're never going to rank for. Maybe 5 years down the line, if you're heavily invested into SEO, you might get on the first page. But 95 keyword, it's a one word phrase, 2.8 million volume, 95 KD. Yeah, it's impossible. Nearly. Review 65, video games 69, 178,000. What you're really actually going to have a really good shot at is gaming news. This is where you really want to push your SEO efforts for, because the KD isn't too bad. You still get a ton of traffic, 42,000 a month for that phrase, and you see the next one over at 89,000 goes right up to 79. And so gaming news is where you want to be at, man. So that's exactly where you want to outline your SEO and things like that around. And that's essentially what I would do if I were you. So in order to do that, what you need to do is you need to actually get like links to actually point to this page as well. And actually, these are all inner pages within the news page, right? So if I were to link to this page right here within the news section, then the original URL news, which hopefully by now it would be gaming-news, would actually get more credit. And so right now, you'll see right here that some of these actual pages actually have the news, and you're probably getting some credit for that page. But what we need to do is we really need to make sure that that's the page that's getting a lot of your traffic. Yeah, these are all specific inner pages, so we're not going to see it, but yeah, this right here, this is the page we want to rank. Like when someone types in gaming news and variations of that. So if I type in gaming news, see what other keywords can pull up. Yeah, gaming news, PC gaming news, gaming news Reddit, You could even actually throw in this kind of thing. So what you can do is you can actually sneak in like a post that says like from the boards of Reddit, right? And then you can have a link that goes back there, and then you can actually get a link from Reddit. But anyways, you can like copy and paste specific things that people are saying. As long as you're giving them credit, everything should be okay. Retro gaming news. So all of these long tail keywords you actually want to grab, and these are easier to rank obviously than this main one, gaming news, just because that's less competitive. There's less SEO that's being taken into account for those keywords. That's essentially what you want to do. Website looks great. I actually, I'd love to talk to you further, Ron, about exactly how you monetize on the traffic that's going to your website. I don't know if it's maybe through like AdSense, or maybe you have like an affiliation with specific companies, like video game companies or something like that, where if you feature their content, they pay you for it or something like that, and depending on their readership. So I'm not sure how that works, but as long as there's some kind of money that's coming into the site, then that means that you can afford the SEO work for us to be able to do all the SEO for you. And then that in turn is going to bring you more business because it's going to bring you more traffic to your site, and then everything's going to be great. And then everyone gets to win, and everyone's getting happy. Right, and so love to talk to you further about exactly how this site works, as well as what kind of other keywords you want to rank for, what your overall goal is, what your time frame is, that kind of thing, and then we can hash out a nice plan of attack that that's aligned for both of our interests. Make sure that we really start cranking up the SEO for this and really start ranking you for the various keywords we want to rank for. All right, so I appreciate it, Ron. If you watch this video all the way through, I hope at the very least you got some insight out of this, and I look forward to talking to you soon. All right, thank you.